First of all, it is about you. You stand in front of that business, right? You must, it's not have to, you must have a brand already built up before you getting a team. You must have experience. And experience, it's not calculated in years. It's calculated in how many sales you had, what's your volume of sales overall, and of course, what kind of business you're doing, what niche, how much do you know? How much can you give out of this business? A lot of mistakes that I see happening, people getting into this business, selling, I don't know, 2, 3, 5 millions maybe a year, and they think that that's an achievement. Well, that's wrong. Person like this can never teach new agents on how to behave further.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. Today's guest is a broker and investor who specializes in multifamily properties and also runs a property management business as well. Please welcome Aurica Burduja. Aurica, welcome to the show.
Hi, nice to see you. Thank you for the invite.
Absolutely. Thank you for being on here. You're involved in 3 different verticals within the real estate space, and it can be complicated to be involved in any one, but you're involved in 3. How did you get into the real estate space?
Well, first of all, my journey started with investing. I started investing myself into the real estate. If you remember those times after the big disaster of 2008, consequences were pretty deep, so you could get a very good deal back in the days. Like we were speaking earlier about these trust properties.
Yep.
So basically, that's how I got into the business. Then I got my license. And then, I started growing from little to what I am today.
So you got in during the crash. That's the best time to get in.
Like literally after, kind of like 2013. So when the consequences were felt very strong, So that's when I popped in with ideas. Yeah.
I want to ask you about getting in that time period. Did you know people who were involved in real estate? Did you have family, friends who were saying that, hey, let's take a look at deals? Or was this a leap of faith for you?
I think it was a leap of faith, and I think real estate actually chose me. I didn't choose real estate because coming into this country, you feel my accent. I'm an immigrant, obviously. So coming into this country, I didn't even know what real estate is, or in my country back in the days, we didn't have realtors at all. So I didn't know what that is and the investing and all that. So yeah, I think it chose me. I used to work for a family as a babysitter. And
Yeah.
that's where I met people involved in the real estate business. It was very interesting for me. And then they saw some potential in me and they told me that I got to pursue this career. And that's what I did.
I want to ask you about that first deal. Do you remember the first deal that you did in
I
the real
do.
estate space?
I do.
Walk me
I
through
do.
it.
Well, first deal was kind of weird. obviously nobody knows what they're doing. It was my own deal, and it was a flip.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
And I didn't know the important aspects on how to do it. So obviously I lost a lot of money on it. So I will remember it forever. And back in the days, trust me, like back in the days, losing money was actually like, what? You know, it was like pretty good margin. Again, back in the days, it's not like right now. So obviously I'm going to remember it forever. But we learned from mistakes, and that's how, again, I got what I am, because mistakes teach you lessons.
You must have been pretty committed. Yeah, because I know a lot of flippers. I've worked with a lot of flippers who may have started and did well because their first flips went well. But I also know people who got out of flipping entirely because they had one bad deal at the beginning. But your first deal wasn't necessarily, roses and rainbows, but you persevered through it. You must have had a lot of conviction that this is what I'm going to make a career out of.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about personality. It doesn't have nothing to do with like things that I'm going to do, you maybe not going to do it either. My personality is this. Like even I'm telling my agents right now, it doesn't matter how many times you fail. It doesn't matter. It could be like 10 times, but that one win will cover the whole loss for the times you lost, right?
Yeah.
But the most important is to give yourself a timeline. It's not like you did it one time, you failed and like, oh, whatever. No, you can fail within a time frame of like 3 years, 4 years. Give yourself time to try, and obviously your budget gotta kind of be in the same vibe with your timeline, right? Because budget is important. So as long as you follow that business plan, as long as you follow that timeline, then you'll be fine. And never, never, never give up. Whoever wanna try,
I want to ask you about getting into brokerage. So this, by the way, is impressive because broker, investor, property manager, these are three separate verticals that do have some overlap, but also three separate avenues. You started off as an investor. I imagine you started to say, hey, I could make money and have a career also as a realtor as well. And also, too, I have to pay realtors to close on these deals. Why don't I be the realtor myself? But walk me through that process of getting the real estate license.
Yeah, so I got real estate license very quick. So literally at my first investment, I already had a license. As I said, I was mentored or coached by good people who actually helped me throughout. But then, when I realized how much business I actually can do, I didn't really understand how good I am at what I'm doing. And throughout the years, I start earning those awards, big sale volumes and stuff. And then I'm like, okay, I can coach others too, and then I start coaching myself back in 2017, I believe. And, like it's event to event. And then, I said, okay, why am I coaching those realtors and working for somebody else? Why shouldn't I do it? And then I did it. Like I build my own brokerage. In management business, it was same thing. It was a natural thing. It was mostly because I needed or my client needed it. I love selling multifamily units, like rental thing. And I see a lot of potential there. I could talk about it nonstop because I'm so obsessed with it. Like I like the idea of doing that. So basically, it started with my second or third client who actually bought a multi-unit. And I'm like, oh, wait a second. Now I have to look for a management company. And I'm like, oh, Zing, zing. I could do that, you know.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
So it was kind of a necessity. It started from a necessity, not necessarily because I planned on doing that. It's not like we are a big company, management company. We're kind of managing like my own investments at this point, right? And my clients' investments, So, it's an interesting balance. I understand it feels like a lot, but with right time management, you can do it all.
I think there's probably a lot of opportunity there for you, Aurica. Maybe
Yeah.
other investors who listen to this and say, "I'd like to buy some properties in her marketplace." I'm curious, getting your perspective on brokerage and really scaling a business as an agent. When you realized that you had a knack for this and that this was something that you were passionate about as well, did you know, hey, I'm going to build a team, I'm going to be a broker, and also this is going to be something that I'm not just going to be doing for now, but also for years, right?
Yeah. I didn't. As I said, I didn't. I didn't plan. Even when I opened my own brokerage, it was about me and one more agent who I was working with. And then, again, naturally, it came like one by one, agents start to sign up, even though I wasn't planning on doing that. I wasn't planning on growing a big team. Uh, it was just a natural growth. And I think that's the healthiest way of doing it. When you plan on building something and then you hurry, and trying to do like fast, 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 it doesn't matter the quality, it matters the quantity, and that's the wrong way of doing it. With me, it happened naturally, and I was always like putting more value into people as a quality people, as a quality workers. If I train an agent, I'm taking my time in training him in becoming a true professional, because in today's world, as you know, there is a lot of realtors, and it's so easy to get the license, and 80% of them have no idea what they're doing. They're not like qualified. They're just kind of there to be there, and that's wrong. In my opinion, that's wrong. So in my brokerage, things work differently. We focus a lot on values, on professional behavior in the field, as I say,
Yeah.
and yeah, I didn't plan actually on doing that. It happened naturally. And I think that's why I always say that I'm lucky in the same time, but I'm not only lucky, I'm smart enough to transform this luck into something, and
Exactly.
today, that's where we stand. 18 people in my team. They're all qualified. They all do sales. They're not just standing there. So that's what matters at the end of the day.
I want to get your feedback, and maybe for folks listening who may be new brokers or maybe thinking about becoming a broker one day, and they're thinking about, well, what's the most important thing? Is it recruiting? Is it personal production? Is it a brand? If you could give folks one piece of advice, if they're thinking about scaling a real estate team for themselves, what piece of advice would you give them?
First of all, it is about you. You stand in front of that business, right? You must, it's not have to, you must have a brand already built up before you getting a team. You must have experience. And experience, it's not calculated in years. It's calculated in how many sales you had, what's your volume of sales overall, and of course, what kind of business you're doing, what niche, how much do you know? How much can you give out of this business? A lot of mistakes that I see happening, people getting into this business, selling, I don't know, 2, 3, 5 millions maybe a year, and they think that that's an achievement. Well, that's wrong. Person like this can never teach new agents on how to behave further. So Most importantly, get educated.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Work and build yourself first before building others. When you are fully built, you are ready to build other people way stronger than you are, because they're going to learn, first of all, on your mistakes. They're going to learn faster and they're going to build faster. I built myself over 10 years. It took me 10 years and over 105 million in sales in the last 5 years, because I'm not calculating what was before. I forgot what happened back then. And I got very educated. I was studying nonstop. I don't have just the license. I have a lot of certifications. I'm doing like school nonstop. And that's when you are ready. When you know, like the most importantly, when you know how to answer every question that somebody brings up to you, even a client, then that's when you are ready.
That's
There
when you
is
know.
no that's when you know that you are ready. You know every aspect of this business. It's not only about selling a house. It's not only about flipping. You gotta know financing, how financing is happening, like how fast, like what can you do to make that financing happening. You gotta know insurance. You gotta know like everything. Construction. It's so important. You know, like even with a like primary residence buyer, you go and they don't even need an inspection because you already did the visual one. That's what's important. When you know all the aspects of this business, it's not only about signing the contract and opening the doors. It's about knowing every detail about this business. And that's when you're ready. And trust me, most of the brokers who actually did proceed and, open a company, most of them don't know that. I'm not trying to disqualify anybody. I'm just saying my personal opinion.
Now,
um, but yeah, that would be my advice.
I do want to pivot a bit here and ask you about multifamily, which you're specialized in, and also have lots of experience, but also working with a lot of folks in the Illinois area, right, Greater Chicago as well, who may be looking at those deals. Do you have any feedback and advice for folks when it comes to multifamily and how they can determine if a deal is good or not?
In multifamily, I always say that you gotta literally focus on what type of tenant you're gonna get. It's not necessarily about the building itself, because you can redo it. You can, like there's a lot of things that you can do with money, obviously.
Yeah.
But long term, you gotta look at what type of tenant you will have there. Quality. It's all about quality. We do not invest necessarily into the quantity, into the quality. So if you feel like your tenants will be here, first of all, long-term tenants with good jobs, steady incomes, with good credit scores and all that, obviously it has to do with the area as well, with the zoning and stuff, then you should definitely invest, and that will be a very good long-term investment. Obviously, investors usually don't know that. That's why they hire us to do that for them, right? And as an agent, you gotta know how to run those reports, not only financial reports with ROI, with amortization tables on when this ROI will come back to you in like 20% and up, right? But to literally preview the full situation of tenancy, what will be the rental cap next year, 2 years from now, 5, 10, So when you know how to run those reports, then you're golden.
Aurica, we are coming up on time here. Where can folks go if they would like to reach out to you, or if they may be looking at a deal and would like to get your feedback on it?
Yes, I'm everywhere. You just put my name out there, Aurica Burduja, even in Google, and you can find me everywhere. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, everywhere.
Aurica, thank you so
So
much for coming on the show here today.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.